Hello everybody and welcome back to Batman Arkham City. So we're finished up with side missions for at least a little bit. I'm sure we'll run into some side mission shenanigans we'll catch up to in the next part or so. But anyway, we're outside the GCPD to go see Mr. Freeze and hopefully make that cure so we can, save Gotham and Joker and all that shit. So but first we're gonna beat down this, sorry. We're just fighting these thugs outside, so. Sorry, I had to, so. That's a fucking Swifty joke right there. God damn it. He's the one that's usually, like, making the kind of like innuendo jokes. So even on especially on our live streams, I'll be like, one I remember was in Arkham Origins, and it was during the rooftop fight with Bane, and he put on a voice and he's like, yeah, Ultra stun that bitch, beat him down, beat him up. I mean, beat him down. Like, oh, that's one that sticks out of my mind. He makes those a lot. So. Is Swifty homophobic? No, I'm kidding. He's nice. He's getting married now, so lucky bastard. But anyway, we got the cure made, but apparently one of them's being put in a safe. So.
How are you feeling? You look unwell.
Give it to me.
I'm afraid I cannot do that, Batman.
Oh, well, shit.
This is not a time for negotiation.
You're right, Batman. It definitely is not the time. This is not the time for this, Victor. I think they just needed an excuse to make a boss fight, which, to be fair, this is one of the best boss fights in video game history, and I will continue to say that because it actually is. It is a great fight. But yeah, we got Mr. Freeze here, and he's not doing so hot. So, damn, look at that jump. He jumped over that fucking banister. Look how far he jumped. That was crazy. Let's use the disruptor on him first. So, the thing about this boss fight, and we've talked about this before on IT and a whole bunch of other stuff. I've talked about it on review too. The thing about this fight is that it's a stealth fight. It's a pure stealth fight. You have to avoid him at all costs. But there's certain ways to kind of circumvent him to where you can lay some hits on and stuff. It could be a silent takedown. It could be like a vent takedown or whatever. They give you a whole list, which I think is only a thing on easy mode. It might be on normal too, but I'm not sure. I didn't check. But yeah, there's scenarios where it's just like you're trying to whittle his health down, and like you'll do a silent takedown. But the thing about it is that you can only do the move once. Once you do it one time, you can't use that again, because then Mr. Freeze he'll adapt and he'll circumvent you, so you can't do it again. And I've played this boss fight so many times. There's so many scenarios where it's crazy what the kind of shit you can do to him. Like this, for example, you can explode a wall in his fucking face and apparently not have it work. I don't know why that's become an issue. For some reason, it just doesn't want to work. Like, this is a thing in more recent years. I've gotten that wall to explode and him knocked down plenty of times, but for some reason nowadays, it doesn't do anything to him. And it's the thing where it's just like almost every move in your arsenal you can it works 99% of the time, but that is like slowly going down less and less, which is just strange to me. I don't know why, but anyway, so one thing about this fight I will say is that this fight is much more fun on harder difficulties. Like, if you're playing this on New Game Plus, right, that is probably where the fight is most fun. and it's become a thing where it's just like, yeah, this fight is like, it's great. It's great to experience off. It's fun to experience. On its hardest, because if you're on easier difficulties like normal and stuff, and you can only use a certain amount of moves, and the fight's over in like only a couple minutes, which is a shame. But if you're playing on like New Game Plus or Hard or something like that, you have to use like so many moves to take him out. Like there's so many that you get the opportunity to do. You can press that button that was right behind him and electrify the floor so that he'll get wound up. You can take him out from a window, you can glide kick him, you can use the line launcher on him. Like there's so much in your arsenal that you can use against him, and it's so much fun every single time. You might die super easily, especially like if you get caught on New Game Plus, you'll die in like 2 seconds, but it's worth it. As opposed to some other bosses, which on New Game Plus is such a terrible time to experience. I think the one I'm referring to the Two-Face fight, in case you were wondering. I'm kidding. Yeah, that Two-Face fight is actually terrible. I hate it so much. So we got a new upgrade. We got the Freeze Blast, or the Freeze Grenade, as most people just call it. I've never heard anybody just call it the Freeze Blast. There's the Freeze Cluster, which we'll get later, which is another side mission. But yeah, it just nobody ever calls it the Freeze Blast. Everybody just calls it the Freeze Grenade, including me. So that's a thing. Costume change. So now we're in the 70s costume. This bright blue monstrosity. No, I'm kidding. This is actually a great costume. I love it so much. It's inspired by Neil Adams' Batman, or at least it's called 70s, but it's basically just Neil Adams' Batman. It looks pretty much like accurate to that. So they also brought this costume back in Arkham Knight, and I fucking hate it there. Well, it looks weird. Because they have to have it where he takes the mask off in that game, I think the cowl on that just looks strange. It's more so in the neck area than anything. But there's a visible gap to where right where the head, the shape of his head is, to where he can take it off. So it's not pretty to look at. But this one, it's great. I love it. Also, the colors are much better in this one too. I'm not a proponent for like bright blue Batman, but this works. Somehow this works. I don't know how it works. It just does. So what am I upgrading this time? Oh, I guess I'm getting the Batclaw disarm, which is basically just you Batclaw somebody and they'll drop their gun or something like that, so you can't so they can pick it up later or something. It's more so a thing for certain situations where, at least for me anyway, in some scenarios it comes to a point where it's just like they're firing at me, so let me use the Batclaw disarm. Maybe it's for like the last guy or whatever. So, but it's only in scenarios for me where I get caught. I don't really go out of my way to use it in most cases. If I can silently take them out, then I'll just do that. But if they're firing at me, yeah, why not use the Batclaw disarm and just... This is the point of the game. I guess I should say this now, but this is the point of the game where it becomes a thing where it's just like all the upgrades past like the Sonic Shock and all that stuff are just things that are just kind of whatever upgrades and stuff I can just get to like now or later or whatever. My choices don't really matter in this part of the game because in most cases I'm doing side missions while I'm going through, and on the few occasions where I decide to collect Riddler trophies throughout, then it becomes like most of the upgrades I want I already have by that point. So I'll talk about Riddler trophies later, but yeah, it's gonna be a process. So
What do you want?
Who are you talking to?
So,
That you caused.
oh, jeez. Sorry, had to stretch. Oh, Joker got the cure. Well, Harley took it. We knew that from the cutscene, but we'll see what happens to Harley later. Will it be next part? Maybe not. I'm not sure. Hey, Azrael, let's go. Let's go say hi. So we just left Vicky. I love that she's talking, just like, well, grapple away. Oh, we got a new side mission too. I wonder who that could be. Actually, you know what? We'll see it next part. But yeah, we scanned all the Azrael stuff, or the Watcher in the Wings, whatever the hell he decides to call himself right now. So they create this thing. You have to rotate and adjust the size, and it basically is a map on where to go next. So we have to go back to the church again. Nice. So let's go over there, shall we? Let's go say hi. Let's go say hi to Azrael. Why the hell not? We'll officially meet him. I love that it just starts to appear on the wall. It starts glowing and shit. So. Oh, Batman disappeared. Because I am the Knight. Or he's Vengeance. He has a bunch of names. I love the contrast here where it's this bright blue and the Azrael that's covered in red.
We have been given many names, but you will come to know me as Azrael, loyal servant to the Order of Saint Dumas.
Just what I need. Another secret society.
Another secret society. I wonder what other societies he's talking about. He's definitely not talking about He's definitely not talking about the Court of Owls. Fuck that. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I love the Court of Owls, but in recent years I've come to fucking hate the Court of Owls, because they're just used in everything. Everybody's hyping them up, and like, yeah, they were great during the Scott Snyder run, but I just feel like I feel like they should have just stayed there. They're great in that story, but they're just, every time they try to adapt it, they just fail. They failed in Batman vs. Robin. They failed in Gotham Knights. They failed in Gotham. So, oh, we got another trophy. So yeah, I kind of didn't know what to do next for the last like minute or so. I was tempted to go to the Mad Hatter fight, or the Mad Hatter side mission, but I realized that like I got to keep within that 15 minutes, and I knew that it was going to be at least a few minutes while doing his, but so I just decided to kind of leisure around and saw some Riddler things and decided not to do it because I couldn't care less. And so we're just gonna take a nice stroll. We're gonna go back to the wall, and then we're gonna end the part here pretty soon. So yeah, I was so lost on what to do next. I was just like, how am I gonna fill out the last minute of this video? What am I gonna do? So I guess I'll take a stroll. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of the part. Sorry, it ended haphazardly, but I just wasn't sure what to do next. So next time we're gonna take care of Mad Hatter, and maybe we'll do some other stuff. We'll see. But anyway, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. See ya.